Attention, Earthlings.
We heard that you are finally sending people to Mars. This is not who we were expecting. Hollywood, you have a problem.
Stars on Mars, launching in June on Fox.
On Fox, of course, but with William Shatner leading the charge. He joins us right now. Bill, this looks like a very funny show. And I guess the premise...
That's what I thought. And the instant you started talking, my two dogs, Dobermans, started barking.
Oh,
That's
wow.
part of my plan to give you a sense of the hominess of this interview. Dogs, be quiet. That's all I have to say.
It seems to be working like a charm. Now, the idea is that it's celebrities
it's like
competing with each other, right?
Right. I mean, it's everything in my life. You give your opinion, and it's totally ignored. It's a terrible thing when you get older. Neil, it is amusing. I mean, when they presented it to me, Stars on Mars, I thought, wow, already that's fun. And I don't know how to characterize these shows anymore. You get 13 celebrities
right,
being eliminated one by one. What do you call that? Is it a competition? I mean, I don't know what you call it.
And what are they? They're competing each other in space simulation. So sort of like it would be on a Martian colony, right?
Exactly. And when you say simulation,
yeah,
we're going to Australia. We're in the middle of the Australian desert. Cooper Pedy. I was there years and years ago, and that's where they mine opals. And I was in these tunnels under the ground where people live because it's so hot.
Wow.
So I don't know whether it's a simulation or not. It's going to be really rough on everybody. Less on me, because I'm like, why don't you go into the desert and I'll stay in the air conditioning.
Well, that's a smart move. That's a smart move. You know, I was thinking of you today, Bill, with this Elon Musk, this huge rocket test that went off today. Of course, it blew up 4 minutes later, but they kind of learned a lot, they said. You, of course, were on the Jeff Bezos rocket back in October 21. Right. You said that was a life-changing experience. What do you think of all of these billionaires conquering space?
Neil, I wonder what the lesson they learned was, oh, shoot, we shouldn't have done that. Would that have been a lesson?
I don't know. I mean, you learn a lot, right? They're going to have to get a lot of things right. This one has all sorts of pieces to it. But you knew that was a risk when you went up into space. Anything could have happened. It didn't, thank God, but that's a risk.
Hydrogen. I don't know what kind of gas they use, but on the rocket I went up in, they used hydrogen.
Yeah.
And as I was entering the rocket, all those documentaries about the Hindenburg burning, you know what was burning, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I felt for you just climbing the stairs all the way on that gantry to get into the rocket itself. Why didn't they have an elevator for you?
At 5,000 feet, I'm climbing 11 flights.
I know.
And I'm sucking in oxygen, and they got hydrogen, and that's the very thing they use as fuel. This thing that blew up is it's sad. And yet, that's science. I mean, science is full of experiment. I was down at where they built the rockets at SpaceX, and I was there to see Musk, as a matter of fact, and they were showing me around, and I looked into one of these engines, and there were innumerable pipes going every which way, and on one pipe, I swear, I saw a Band-Aid.
Come on.
I saw a piece of white tape on one of the 50 pipes going in various directions. And it just reminded me of how complex everything is and how do they know where each pipe is going and whether the fitting is exactly right, because everything's airtight. There are a million parts. I sat in the hammock of the LEM, the Lunar Excursion Mod, and I looked up and pronounced it as the most complex thing mankind has ever made. But these things are far beyond that.
Oh, it's amazing.
They're going to Mars.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You know, it's funny because you said, I guess you got together with Elon Musk when you were in Texas. You know Jeff Bezos, through your own mission when you went into space.
Us billionaires all got together.
Yeah. Do you pit the two of them against you? Well, if you talk to me a little nicer, I might go on your next rocket, Elon. How does that work out?
Well, I've got a couple of shows I'm trying to get on Amazon. So if Mr. Bezos would take my 2 shows, right, I'd go up.
There you go. There you go. You know, you worried some folks a while back, Bill, talking about you had a haunting feeling that your days were numbered. Your biggest fans, the world over, what's wrong? What is he not telling us? Are you okay?
Right. Well, I don't want to break this to you quickly like this, but you're going to die, Neil.
Yeah, indeed.
Your days are numbered. The only thing is you don't know the number. And I don't know the number, but I'm older than you are, and my numbers are
I had some viewers who are giving me some days as options, but are you okay, though? I guess in all seriousness, that's what I was asking, because a lot of people say...
Not only am I okay, I'm in a fervor of creativity. I'm doing things that I don't even want to begin to tell you on your wonderful show, because it would look like I'm pushing things other than
push away.
Stars on Mars.
You never eased up. I mean, you were always working. That everyone talks about your passion. It's sort of like contagious. But maybe that's why you're so strong. I'm at 92, but a lot of people half your age don't have that. What is it? I mean, people want to know your secret for this longevity and staying as sharp as you are.
I'm going to tell you the secret. My days are numbered.
Oh, here we go again. Don't say that.
Well, we all are going to die.
I know.
And if you have that
really
in mind,
bumming me out, Bill.
Well, but if then your life becomes more tangible, more tasty, more filled with adventure, because you've got to be aware of everything. This may be the last time. You got to go there. Death is part of life. And if you keep that in mind, life is so much more richer. Be quiet. See?
So you do want to go back into space. That you're not ruling that out, right?
Well, I had such a complex time up there.
Okay.
When I came down and I was weeping, and I had no reason. I had no idea why I was crying, and the others were, doing the champagne thing.
Amazing.
And some champagne touched me on my arm, and it felt like fire. I was totally in another area, and I realized I was in grief. And the grief, I realized, and this all took time, was for the Earth.
No, I heard about that. I wish
I was aware
Bill,
of
I remember that, and you're concerned about the planet. I'd love to pick this up on another interview, my friend. Wish you continued good health many, many years, and thank you for all you've done.
Thank you. Stars on Mars. Remember that in June.
You filming? Yep.